Should we get a divorce? Are we madly in love? Are we kind of in love? Do we just barely stand each other? It's complicated feelings after almost 30 years of being with each other and then having all American kids who question our partnership every day. I don't know the answer myself. I wish I could tell you, oh my God, we're madly in love. Or I wish I could tell you, I hate him, I can't stand him, he's a bad guy. The truth is messy, the truth is tricky, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. And we got really serious and down and dirty in this episode that you're not going to want to miss. Tune in now. Namaste. This is the Zarna Garg family podcast and 4 Gargs are in the house. You're going to learn why the 5th one should not be here for this episode. We're going to talk about whether or not my husband and I should get divorced. No, don't laugh. Because the kids are always stressed out about how much we fight. The kids don't fully understand the relationship we have. And it's confusing for the kids. And then it's confusing for us because they think we should be in love all the time. But 28 years into marriage, we all know that that's not going to happen. So we're going to get right into it. And who of you is the most confused about our situation?
Well, I want to say something before we jump into it.
Yeah.
Just so the viewers know, this is a very serious and often talked about topic for us within the family. This isn't just an episode we're making just because we want to make an episode or to have some sort of clickbait thumbnail / title. This is a very authentic topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got dinner last night and we talked about it. We got a coffee this morning and we talked about it. And it's been a topic that you've brought up a lot, Mom.
Yeah.
To us.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I mean, I told you it's complicated. I mean, he's not a bad guy.
Okay.
So that's a start.
But
that's the bar. So he's above the bar.
But everybody is above or below the bar. You guys, it's not going to be oh my God, he's the world's most incredible man. He's a good guy, but he's got his issues. I've got my issues. He has very, very more issues. But he's got a lot of issues. And we are all getting old. Him and I are both getting old in America together. And it's scary. I don't want to be alone. All my single friends tell me that it's dismal out there. There's that point of view. And, we do know each other a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how to give you guys that big romantic love that you guys think you're used to seeing. And I don't know how many people actually live it. What do you see with all your other friends?
Here's what I'll say first. I think when we're discussing whether or not you're going to be with someone, you have to put aside all of the other antics, all of the other, what are your friends saying, all of the other, what would it look like if you weren't together? And you really have to ask yourself the most important question, which I don't want to jump around, but get right to it, which is how much love do you have for him and how much love does he have for you?
Nobody has love, Bridge. It's 28 years now. It's
so if there's no love...
No, I mean, there is enough love to go around is what it is.
What does that even mean?
We love the home we built. We kind of like you guys.
But if you don't have love for each other, then you should not be a married couple.
But then nobody will be a married couple.
But nobody is a married couple.
And also there are married couples who love each other. And yes, it is true over time. Chemically, people do fall out of love very, very often. The divorce rate is really high in America. Maybe in other countries, people stay together for other reasons. But if you don't have love for people, you shouldn't be in a marriage.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
I also think
it's not that simple. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You tend to think you're in love or you're not in love. Love itself is a very complicated, graded emotion.
Okay.
It's not in or out. It's not black and white like that.
I think it almost, maybe I'm very naive to this, of course. I'm 20 years old, so I have a lot less perspective on this. But from my angle, it comes down to what are the feelings you feel to this person? And let's not take away love. Let's talk about what love means. If it came down to you, being with him for the next 20 years of your life, and it's just you two in this house alone, there's no kids, nobody else, would you be happy being with that person? If you had to go on a vacation with him tomorrow, and you guys hung out, it was just you two, you went on dates every night, you walked on the beach, just you two, for the next 2 weeks in Miami, Florida, would you be happy?
Hold on, that's also the best case scenario. Would you be happy just staying,
But that's the minimum to be in, a relationship. If you cannot see yourself with your partner walking on the beach alone for a week straight, or hanging out at a resort for a week straight, and you can't say yes to that confidently, what does that mean? That's what love is, right? That's an essential to love. And if you don't have that, I don't understand how you can be in a couple. At that point, you can say we're best friends. We have a lot of loyalty towards each other. I would have his back. If somebody put a gun to his head or my head, I would choose his life. Sure. But if you don't want to spend every second with that person, or you're not comfortable with the idea of going on a vacation where you would be the most happy with that person, what does that mean? So let me ask you, if you had to go on a vacation to Miami, Florida at the most beautiful Four Seasons resort, and it was just you two, you got breakfast, lunch, dinner, walked on the beach together, would you want to do that?
No.
Why not?
Because I want to work. I love my work. Like, I don't want to be with anybody that much. That's the truth. I don't know.
But
I don't want to, that doesn't mean I don't like him, but like, that's too much time. I don't like going on girls' trips for that same reason. Like, I would enjoy one day with the girls on a beach somewhere. But the second day, I would be like, I want to get back to my
Okay, fine.
work.
One day. Would you want to do one day? Just you two at the beach?
He hates the beach.
Okay.
He hates the beach. That's the other issue.
Okay, so then stop choosing the beach example. What do you guys like? Like,
I don't know. I mean, we would walk around a big town somewhere. We would walk around London or Paris somewhere. But then I get resentful because he always picks things that he likes.
I just think that if you had to name 3 things that he's adding to your life right now, what would those 3 things be?
Why are you laughing?
Nah.
No, he's a good guy. I mean,
Okay, you're not answering the
he's
question.
such a-
You can't just keep saying
he's
it.
a good guy. Like, what do you mean? We're trying to uncover layers.
He's a good person is not important to you.
He is, but we know he is.
Okay,
Beyond
that's
that,
one reason.
everyone's a
Can
good
you give
person.
2 more reasons?
That's not even a reason.
Okay, but let it be a reason.
He's adding to my life.
Let
that he's
it
a
be
good
a
guy.
reason.
Like,
Let
what
it
do you
be a
even
reason.
say?
Let it be a reason. What are the 2 other ways that he's adding to your life?
I mean, he knows my history. I know his. We built a life together.
That also is not a reason.
I don't know what reason you want.
Okay, let me help you. Is he supportive? Does he bring meals for you when you get home?
Wait, can I break it down even more? Does he, when you're around him, are you happy? Like, I don't understand. Forget even what Veer is saying. We'll make it as easy as possible. Do you smile when you're with him?
Bridge, that is not how life works. I'm
God.
smiling all the time.
Oh my God, you're making every excuse I've ever seen.
answer the
Just
question.
answer the question. Are you happy?
I'm
Does
happy
dopamine
in
release when
general.
you
With
see
or
him?
without him, I'm happy. I mean, I'm in the business of making people happy.
Oh,
He's
we're
okay.
not talking about your
He's
comedy
fine.
career.
Like, I'm not unhappy. Does that mean
Are you
something?
unhappy?
I'm not unhappy.
Last night when he came to dinner, were
But
you
I
unhappy?
yeah, I was a little upset because he was irritating me about something. And he irritates me a lot. Like, I don't know, but is that a reason to leave somebody?
A reason to not be in a couple if you guys are not happy. I'm not even going to say extreme, because in my opinion, you should be extremely happy to be with that person.
God. We haven't been extremely happy in our whole lives. Then we should not have been together this many years.
That's not true. When you guys first started, all the stories I hear, you guys were so happy, you were so adventurous. When you wrote the chapter, the fan favorite chapter of your book, the fan favorite, number 1 favorite chapter was a chapter of when you and Dad met each other in New York City for the first time. And it was such a beautiful, real story. It wasn't fake. It was real story of how you guys were so adventurous. You did so many fun things. You had so much fun. You broke all of your golden rules or whatever. And that's beautiful. And that's how it should be, in my opinion. And maybe it fizzles out over time. Maybe it doesn't work out the way it should or the way we all hope it does. But you have to be honest with yourself about that. And if you're not happy, if when you come home, you're not thinking and you see that person and you're upset and you're ready to scream at them and you're ready
He
to yell at
watches a
them.
lot of TV. And it's very, very irritating.
So does everything he does just irritate you?
What is it like?
That's fine.
What is not
But
irritating?
tell us about that
If you
irritation.
see-
Hold on.
No,
Let her
hold
speak
on.
her truth.
He obviously worked for all these years and he obviously had a great career and has a great career now, right? But if the only thing I see is that he's at home, he's on a bed and he's like watching TV and scrolling and all, like it's like at some point it's not interesting anymore. I feel without a doubt that I work 10 times harder than he does. And that is a problem. And that's a scary problem because I'm getting old in a country that is unforgivingly difficult on old people. This country is not, no country is designed for old people, but this one in particular has nothing. So I'm terrified all the time. I'm working harder than I've ever worked in my whole life to try to establish a base for this family, for myself, for you guys. And he just sits there and he'll be like, oh, markets closed at 4 o'clock. Now for 6 hours, I'm going to watch Korean drama on my bed.
Mom, is there anybody?
It's very irritating, but is that grounds to like leave somebody?
I have a question for you, just regardless of dad for a second. Do you believe that there's anybody in your life that works as hard as you do? And do you think that that's a necessity for the person you're with to work as hard as you do?
I think you guys work hard, and I think that Zoya works very hard. You work very hard. When I ask you to, and for your own school, you work very hard. I don't know, but for me to be working this hard and to watch him just sit there, it is a problem. It's a problem, and I'm not gonna deny.
It sounds like mom has the ick.
And
Do you know what I mean? Does that not sound like what happened? It sounds like she literally got the ick.
I don't know.
Do you know what the ick is?
I know what it is. I know everything. But I don't know if this qualifies for it, but whatever. Like, I can't take it. I'm 51. I'm on the road constantly. I'm working hard. I don't know how he just sits there and he's like, okay, are you here? Are you there? He's almost indifferent. And none of this is to mean I wish he cared more, because I don't even care anymore if he cares anymore.
Well,
I mean, that's
when you
another
talk
problem in itself.
I think one thing about you, Mom, is you're in a category now of business fame and life that most people can't comprehend. Would you say that's true?
I guess.
It is true.
I mean, I don't think about it.
But
forget the fame and all that.
No, forget the fame. Can I just take a second? There are very few people that are going to be able to relate to your problem.
That's specifically what I want you to stop saying, because I'll tell you, every mother who's working hard right now for her kids relates to me. That's why I have the fame. It may feel like it's the fame, but it's not. I know 1,050,000 women who are working harder than they've ever worked. They're watching their husbands get comfortable with watching the women work hard. And the men have just become comfortable. They're like, all right, you do it. You know what? I'm happy. You know what your dad told me the other day? That he loves being a parent now. Now, when you guys are adults and he's like older than
But Indian dads, I don't know.
But Zoya,
I'm not justifying any of his behavior.
Wait, let me just say something here. Just because I want to make my stance clear, and I don't know if this is actually disrespectful for a kid to say or how adults receive this. I'm very new to this whole world of like adults and how they relate to each other. But I personally believe, based off my own understanding of love and relationships, that her and my dad should get divorced.
Wow.
Like, that is the honest truth. And I've told this to her.
You don't believe
I've told
that.
this to her
No.
many times. I've told this to the siblings. I've said it in front of both of them.
Said it to dad.
I'm making this as clear as I possibly can. I'm not saying this to the audience because he's not here. I've said it in front of everybody. I truly believe, according to what I believe about love and relationships, that they're not a match for each other at this current moment.
But Bridge, life is more than this current moment. I mean, there is almost 30 years of history. There's another who knows how many years
But
to
you
come.
haven't named anything about what he does today that makes you happy.
Agreed. You know, Ugoy says, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is the present. And
Today's
to
a
try
gift.
to-
Today's a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Yes, but I shortened it for the purpose of the podcast. Whatever. Today's a gift, and that's
But
why they call it the
what?
present.
I mean, what do you think? I'm gonna go out there and find a man and just be like, oh my God. Like,
But
I'm
you're- but
getting
it's not
with
about
joy.
another
Anybody else or
guy,
any of
yeah.
the rest of the world. It's about you right now
Yeah,
and how you feel.
yeah.
And when you guys are in the same room together, it's honestly becoming insufferable for the three of us as kids, because every second one of you guys says something, I'm scared the other one is gonna lash at the other one.
Honestly, that's a good point. I do
No.
think, no, it's a good point. It definitely feels like, it actually
True.
feels like the only times you guys cooperate are when we film family podcast episodes.
No.
And even
And
that,
even
it's
then,
bickering
it's
the
not
whole
anymore.
time. It's not
Yeah,
like,
like the
it's
last
not like-
episode we shot, I was worried about if we were going to make it through the episode.
You know, I'll
because-
say this whole situation has put me of all people in like the most awkward situation ever, and I really hope that there's some other parents out there or kids watching that can like relate to me, because what I'll say is that this, like, everyone, it's very evident now that mom is the clear, like she's the reason that we're like as financially stable as we are, which we're not fully, which is just the complete truth. And as much as I want to just completely side with mom, I am still 14 and I have such a sustainable relationship with dad beyond any money or anything, and just on a personal human love level. So when it comes to picking sides, it kind of puts me in a weird scenario, because as much as you completely like are the reason that this family is able to bundle together. Like I still feel love for him as a person, even though they're adults. They're more, even if it weren't for either of you guys, they could still survive on their own. So it's just really weird, like odd scenario for me because I don't really know what to do.
Well, hold on. Do you guys feel the way that he does?
No.
You don't.
Yeah. I don't.
What about you, Zoe?
I don't.
You don't.
But Dad also developed much more of a relationship
Yeah.
with Veer than he ever did with me and Bridge.
What do you mean?
Like when Dad had a second act in life where when Veer was little, acted more like a parent than he ever did with me and Bridge, for sure. So he definitely has a different relationship with Veer than us.
I also want to make this clear to the audience is another thing. Nothing we're saying now, we are not uncomfortable saying in front of my father. Like we will say any of this in front of him, and we have for a lot of this as well.
I just think it's hard because your loyalty knows no bounds. I think because you experienced when you were little what it's like to not have loyalty in your life, and so you just are like so loyal. You're so loyal to your team. You're so loyal to like your family. Your loyalty actually is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. And I think with Dad, it's so hard because you guys, I don't think enjoy each other's company at all. Or I don't think you enjoy his company. I just don't. Like, I think if you guys went to dinner together, it would be really weird.
I can't take the laziness. I really can't. I feel like I'm carrying the lion's share of the burden. I feel like I'm just... I have so much resentment that when he had time to build his career, he didn't worry about a single thing. And when it came time for me to build my career, I had to worry about everything and him and his career. I mean, it's like, it's exhausting. It's actually exhausting. Now, is that exhaustion grounds for leaving somebody who's otherwise like a somewhat decent person and whatever? I don't know. I don't know.
Have you
I'm being
ever tried
honest.
couples therapy?
I would never, oh my God. Oh my God.
I mean, that's what a lot of married couples do.
Couples therapy is just delaying the obit. I don't know a single couple that went through couples therapy and stayed together.
But you know,
I like that.
If we literally wanted to do that,
might be doing it right now. You have no idea.
Wait, but
all my friends openly talk about it. The couples therapy thing is like a golden bonanza for the therapist because it's like get them all, get the housekeeper, get the building doorman, get them all. Because you know what? Everybody's got a perspective, and then it's like literally every couple that I know that broke up went through the therapy and came out even hating each other more.
oh my goodness.
Like,
Well, that's pessimistic.
Yeah,
I mean, the idea
I don't
would then
know.
be to stretch. I mean,
and now all the therapists of America are going to flame me, and that's fine. They all act like no one needs clients. Ooh, the good couples are so busy. Please spare me. We're going to take a minute to tell you about our sponsors for today's episode, Function Health. Everything in your body is giving you a signal about your health. Your skin, especially, you might think it's all about what you put on top of it, but it's not. It's telling you about the vitamins in your body, the minerals in your body, the sleep. It's giving you all these signals. And the way to interpret and learn about your health is best done through Function Health. They give you there's so many tests you can do today. I didn't even know, honestly, until I started looking into Function Health, I didn't even know how many tests you can be proactive about for your health. And they make it so easy to do everything in one place. They're on top of the technology. They've made it affordable. Do not leave things to chance. Treat your body like an elite athlete, like a busy professional. No matter who you are and what you're doing, you may just be a mom. In your mind, you may be, I'm just a mom, I'm home all day. You need your health the most, so your family will always have you around. Check your health the way I do with Function Health. Function provides 160 plus lab tests for $1 a day and member pricing on advanced imaging. Join at functionhealth.com/Zarna and use code Zarna25 for a $25 credit, and tell me how it goes.
This is an interruption to the episode for something that is very important and very urgent. 52% of you who watch at Zarna Garg YouTube channel have not subscribed to our channel. It's totally free to do. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button right below this episode. As many of you know, we are the modern family business where I am in charge of the podcast, Bridge is in charge of ZarnaBot, Veer is in charge of everything and anything that we can't do. And he's also, by the way, the funniest character in the skits. It's confirmed by virality, but we all are trying to build together and bring more of this amazing content to your world.
We've been through almost 200 episodes not asking people to subscribe because we didn't even want to make that ask. We were like, who comes. But we learn now that if we don't grow our subscriber base, we cannot grow our podcast. We cannot bring you the features that we want to bring you. We cannot bring you all the exciting new programming we have designed for you that is totally free. All you have to do is hit subscribe. It helps us so much. If you've ever enjoyed, laughed out loud with us, if you've ever thought, I wish I could do something for them, this is your opportunity. Hit that subscribe button.
Now back to the episode.
In fact, you've had more success. You've had success getting therapy from ChatGPT. Tell them.
But she's also had success getting therapy from a real life person.
Yeah, I did have success from a therapist.
Regardless, I don't know what the threshold is to say to somebody, I don't want to live with you anymore. And honestly, the truth is, even unraveling this whole life is intimidating.
Why does the threshold have to be we have to get a divorce? What if it just comes down to separating lifestyles?
What does that mean?
Like just not living with them anymore. Or just being as separated as you possibly can
I mean,
without
that's
legally
the
divorcing.
same thing as a divorce. It just doesn't have papers in it.
Exactly, and it would take away the whole financial part of it.
Yeah, but that's an issue.
Well, that's the other thing is the business, like
There
there's
is
a
a
huge
financial
business side,
part,
but I
yeah.
really don't think you should make this decision according to how business relates to it.
Me too.
I really don't think you should, but that being said, we're in a very unique circumstance of how business is so interrelated into how we live as a family. And like this is a family podcast with a dad and a mom, so it's very, very complicated about that. And I really, really struggle trying to find reason through that. But I really don't think that your logic of being in a relationship with him should depend on that. And I don't think it does for him, by the way. I don't think he would stay with you just because of the business.
He wouldn't.
Yeah.
He would not.
What do you think he wants?
I think, do you want me to be completely honest?
Yeah, be honest.
I think he wants a divorce too.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
Because we were at dinner once and he said, if we were more financially stable, a divorce would make sense.
But you see how he will not do the work even for that. You see that?
Yes, I
Hey,
understand.
did you see that? That even that, and by the way, I'm not alone. I think 90+% of divorces in America are filed for by the woman. What the man does is make the woman's life so unbearable that she has to file. So he doesn't have to do any work. All he has to do is sign off on the paper.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sad at all if you guys got a divorce. I think there's this really crazy idea that like, if your parents' marriage ends, then your life is so. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like to actually go through it because I haven't gone through it. But what I imagine is that
And you're also going through it as an adult.
You're also going through it right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you mean?
This is the part that all the kids talk about is like the hard part is when your parents bicker and they're deciding but they can't figure it out. Like this is the core of
Yeah.
what makes it difficult for kids.
I will be honest.
Like in Veer's position, sorry, I don't want to cut you
Yeah,
off,
no.
but in Veer's position, this is probably like the moment that he'll recollect as the like hard part about the whole divorce is what's happening right now and for the last couple of weeks and what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
What I will say is I don't know if I would have been so eager to go full time with mom if this situation with dad was resolved. Like as in this situation with dad, which has been, you know, an earthquake situation for a long time where it felt like he was unable to take care of mom's needs emotionally or anything, was very severe to the point where when I was trying to decide what my next move was going to be, that factored in a lot into I'm going to work full time with mom. Now, it ended up being the best decision for my career, too. I mean, I'm learning so much and we're building such an incredible thing together. But it is definitely top of mind, for sure. And it is already affecting all the family dynamics.
And I feel bad because I don't want our life to be a burden on your life. Like, I want you to go and do whatever it is that you want to do, whether you're working with me or not. I want you guys to go and live your lives and have your relationships and all that. I don't know what the right move is.
I also want to say that I don't want to make it sound like we're pooping on dad too much. He also, just to speak a little bit on his behalf, like he also is capable and deserving of a very nice life. He deserves to find somebody. If you guys do split up, he also deserves to find a new wife if he sees that potential the same way you deserve to find a new husband that brings him happiness. And it's not one-sided as like my mom just thinks he's a lazy bum. That's not true. You wouldn't say that's true. He's not a lazy bum. Like he has put in a lot of work for the last couple of years to create a life and to support her dreams financially. And then also maybe now he's not as capable as he used to be, but he's still somebody who has done a lot and is trying to rebuild himself, is getting out of a very tough stage of his life. He also has the right to want to find somebody else as well. It's not just one-sided.
I mean, yeah.
What's your biggest fear?
I don't want to, I mean, my fear is getting old alone in America. And not alone like, oh, I hope I'm with him. I don't, honestly, I've not believed, nor do I believe now, that he will be very helpful when I get old here. So that is, it's not that, oh, at least I have him. It's not that. But I just don't think he would care. I'm being honest. I think he is a caring guy. But the guys, I think, in general, give up very quickly. I have friends who've literally divorced their wives when they got diagnosed with cancer. The men have just been like, I can't deal with this.
That's crazy.
That is a reality. And so I'm very aware of it. I don't live in this la-la land where it's like, oh, we've been together 30 years. He's going to be thick and thin. Has not been my experience for everybody. That's not to say nobody comes through. So before you guys get mad at me, I'm not saying this about your families or your parents or whatever, because there are people who come through. But there are equal amounts of people who just give up. And if I had to bet, I think my husband would give up. But so I am afraid of getting old, and the only protection I know to create for myself is to make money. I don't know what else to do. I can't create a family besides you guys, and I don't want to be a burden on you guys. That's a fact. I don't want to be calling you guys when you guys are married and have kids and all for money or for emotional support or for any of it. That's why I've thrown myself into my work so aggressively, because at least I'm building something for myself. Like, after 25 years of not having built anything for myself, I found myself at crossroads. I'm like, what have I built for myself? Nothing. You guys will grow up and go on to live your lives as you should. He's going to go on. Even if he doesn't go on and find another person, he is perfectly content sitting in his bed and doing nothing. He's perfectly content watching 8 hours of TV. And like, I come and go. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. Last weekend, I was in the North Pole. There was multiple airplanes each way and back for a one-day job. And on my way back, I needed something to be picked up from Midtown, 15 minutes from home. And I called him on my way back from the airport after having been in the airport for like 9-10 hours and multiple flights. I said, can you go and pick this thing up from Midtown? And he's like, it's too cold.
Did he really say that?
Yeah. And he's perfectly content watching me grind. He's perfectly content watching me do the hard work.
I just don't think he
the supportive spouse in the background, whatever that means.
Just to step in here, I don't actually think it's that. I just don't think he has it in him. He just doesn't have. I'm not justifying anything. I just don't think he has that anything in the tank, to be honest. And I think you have a lot in the tank. You're like constantly, you know. I always say you have the mind of an 18-year-old in the sense of vision and you know, boldness and ferocity and all those things. I think, in fact, you've changed a lot as a human being. And not in a bad way, but I think you both have changed a lot. And I think that seems to happen a lot in marriages, right? Like, people change. It's decades. How can you not, you know, and sometimes you grow into...
Would it impact you guys one way or another if we got separated or we stayed together?
I think we're going to say the same thing, actually.
I was going to say it should only impact fear. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, I was going to say that I think what would impact us the most is this in-between zone lasting for a very long time. Wouldn't you say that's true?
Yeah, I agree.
I think that the most impactful thing right now is the fact that I don't even know, because sometimes we have these conversations and then it seems like, oh my gosh, okay, they're going to separate and we're going to figure out what the next steps are. But then it gets very serious, and then we stop talking about it for months, and then all of a sudden it gets very serious again. So I think that constant back and forth is very confusing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Because then I also don't know what my role is supposed to be in like being supportive.
I don't even know what I would do. I probably would not change my life that much, I'm going to be honest.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't understand, why would my life change if you guys got divorced? Like, I would be as supportive as I possibly could be to both you and Dad. Mm-hmm. But, like, my personal life and, like, my ambition, my goals, like, everything, it would really, really remain the same. And also, you mentioned a lot about being lonely, but me, Veer, and Didi, and you, like, we have all agreed that we will live in some sort of complex or some sort of, like, community living center.
With our producer, too.
I know
We
you
all
guys.
live in like some sort of
Guys,
similar like.
I know you guys say that, but let me tell you, when your new love interests join in, it won't be that easy. It
But
rarely
you know
is.
what would be easy is when you live in a beautiful house and you tell your spouse, "Hey, we should live in this beautiful house. It has these beautiful
And
amenities."
there's green juice in the
and there's-
morning.
And then people are gonna say, "Oh, you know what? That seems like a great idea." At that point, I actually don't even think you would matter. I think what would matter is the place that we live in is so amazing.
And the lifestyle,
The
yeah.
lifestyle is so amazing. Who
Ultimately,
cares?
everyone wants to live an amazing life.
Yeah, that's the
day-to-day
truth.
life.
No one cares about like we don't have to live in the same apartment. You know what I mean? Like we can live.
No, you and I can.
Me and you could. I'm saying with mom, we don't have to live in the same apartment. We can just live in the same like building or same like even if we lived 2 blocks away, we'd see each other all the time. Like
I think what makes me sad about this situation, to be honest with you, is I feel like you've earned like the ability to walk into your space and feel like, yes, this is my space and I love my space. And I feel like in this house and in our apartment, which you spend the most amount of time in because it's also half of an office, it's half a podcast studio, you're super uncomfortable. Like, I feel like you've been uncomfortable for actually years. And you've only started to vocalize that recently. But the fact that you go to the North Pole and you come home and you don't feel like, yes, this is awesome, I'm home, and instead feel, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to the next trip, that's concerning.
I definitely don't feel like yes anything. Like, he's in the other room, he's watching TV while I was out there grinding. There's nothing to be happy about. You know what I mean? Just him saying, I've worked hard in my life. Like, guess what? We still have to work hard. Like, what is the point of hammering on in the past? What is the point? He did work hard in the past.
but now-
and he has to continue to work hard. Like, there is no way to get around that.
But now take your own advice into consideration, and it's like, why? What's the point to keep hammering in the past? But you keep mentioning that you guys have built something for the last 30 years. But what is the point of hammering about how well you guys did at the beginning or how well you guys created something beautiful? Like, it's not about the past anymore. It's about how are you feeling today and what do you see for the future? If you said right now, Bridge, I see us working really well in the next 20 years. I know this couple months and maybe the next year will be difficult, but I really do believe there's a what is it? The gold at the end of the rainbow. I would be like, you know what? I believe in you. Well, let's try to make this work. But because you don't, I know you don't believe that because it's deeper than just business. It's deeper than just laziness.
Yeah.
It is deeper than that. And you keep trying to make, I feel like that's like your scapegoat is saying he's just lazy, but it's deeper than that. It really is. And it's complicated. There's different emotions that come to play. There's stress, there's nervousness, like all of these things come together. And we want to support you in the best way we could, but we need you to be honest.
Yeah.
And we need you to really, really like think about the fact that of where you guys are right now, where you guys will be in the future, because that's gonna, lying about that, or not lying about that, but trying to confuse that situation more than it already is what's gonna impact the people around you the most.
If we were in this situation and you heard us describe what you described to us, what advice would you give?
I would tell you to leave.
Yeah.
You
I would not want you to live a single day of your life in a suboptimal situation.
Bro.
Yeah. But that's your life. You guys are born and raised here. That the right to that happiness is yours. It's not something that we have believed that is ingrained for us. We're learning to embrace it. And it's just not something that we've seen anybody around us do.
That's not true. You've had a lot of friends recently. I think there's this new wave of
I
Indian
agree.
women. I actually think that in the generation above you, I never saw anything happen, like in terms of divorce or separation. It seems like in yours, you guys, like I know several of your friends who have separated or divorced and actually even remarried, had new kids.
I mean, we met someone yesterday who just had a new fiance after like how many years? We see people all the time your age.
Yeah, it's definitely not true that it's not a thing and that's happening right now.
Now, will any guy out there be able to handle who you are?
I don't even want that. No, I'm clear about that. I have no interest in another person. None whatsoever.
It seemed like you were very inspired by your friend Amy Poehler's story of how she described that in her life, like, she really enjoyed actually being single. She's now with someone, I think, right? But yeah.
Yeah, but I have a lot of very successful friends now who don't want a
Yeah.
partner for full time. They don't want to live in somebody's house. They don't want anybody living in their house. Watching people live that life has opened my mind up to the possibility that that could be.
Yeah.
Because I have no interest, none whatsoever, in another person. I'm not like. There are men who express interest in me, believe it or not, even though I'm a mother of 3 and married for
Wait,
30
I
years.
totally get it. You're gorgeous and you're brilliant. I've seen it. Guys, I've seen men. I've seen it.
I mean, I get it, but I shut it down immediately
I know.
because I personally am not doing this ever to myself again. And what?
You're never doing marriage to yourself again?
No,
You're never
I'm
doing
not.
dating?
No, I'm not interested. I'm obsessed with my work and I'm really loving it. So in that world, like whether I'm with him or not, it doesn't really make a difference, you know. What?
What are you guys talking about?
Trying to join the episode.
I mean, now you want to join the episode? We asked you to join when you
I
when.
heard my name being taken.
Well, you're part of the podcast. What are you doing now?
Oh my God, he's trying.
Are you seriously gonna join the episode now?
I'm just a viewer. I'm not joining.
Well, somebody tell him what the topic is.
We're talking about whether you and mom should get divorced or not.
Oh my god, and you're talking about that without the me?
I
We
was speaking-
invited you. We invited you.
If it makes you feel any better, I spoke on your behalf a lot.
So did I. We all did. Actually, Vera spoke the most.
I did not speak on his behalf.
I was the only one in my recollection of this.
No, we all did.
Alright, this is just too hot a topic.
Okay, yeah, wait. She's getting your mic if you want it.
No, I don't want to participate in a topic like this.
Okay.
No,
Wait,
sorry.
what? Okay.
Well, anyways.
Wait, I don't even know where we go from
he's
there.
too lazy. Did you see that? Even this topic, he's like,
I
whatever
don't think
you
it's a
guys
laziness.
decide.
I think that's just nervousness.
No, I
Wait,
don't
I think
think
that's
so.
like-
I think
It's
that's
not.
nervousness.
There's nothing to be nervous about. He has a mind of his own. He can say whatever he
I
wants.
think that's like nervousness.
No, what nervousness is that?
This is a crazy. Imagine walking into a room with 4 people. Like, imagine I walked into the room right now and I just saw 4 of you guys speaking to a camera with 2
Yeah.
lights and a producer about whether I should be in a relationship or not.
Would you not be like, okay, let me tell you my
I
point of
would,
view?
but I would be like, I would definitely be taken aback for a second.
He should have sat there and offered his point of view. This is not nervousness. He is lazy. I'm telling you right now, if you said mom and you are getting divorced, you would be like, okay.
Mom and you are getting divorced.
I just think there's apathy. You guys are experiencing severe apathy. I don't know.
Okay, can you speak? What does that mean?
Apathy means when you just don't feel anything.
It's like
you know-
asexuality?
No. It's like, you know, when you stop fighting with someone,
Yeah.
that means that you actually don't love them anymore usually. Because you don't care enough to fight with them. And there are some people that toxically fight until the end of time. Like, that's its own issue, where
Well, I
you
feel
get
like
addicted to
that's
fighting
kind of
with
mom
people.
and dad's situation.
No, we don't.
No, they
fight.
don't fight at all anymore.
They don't fight
That's because you
anymore.
guys don't talk anymore. But you guys
Yeah,
do.
because
But
that's the
what
whole
she's
point.
saying. That's what she's saying.
I'm saying that when someone really fights with you, and again, I want to say something because it's important. There are some relationships that are built only on fighting, and that's its own toxic category we're not talking about. I'm talking about when you argue. Mom and I bicker all the time because we love each other so much. Or I love her and I'm on her waiting list. And so we fight a lot, but that's out of love. Like, we want to make each other better and figure it out. You and Bridge are literally constantly bickering, like constantly bickering. That's what like little animals do, is they bicker with each other and it's really cute and fun. Like, you know, and that's why we made this podcast, just to show that we're literally bickering constantly, but are navigating a modern family. Hopefully you guys get something out of this for your own families.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What just happened? I don't know. I think if I
He
was...
came and went is what happened.
If
You
I
saw.
was married to someone and I heard that was happening, I would want that person to fight for the situation. He doesn't want to fight for this marriage either. Right? That's been the issue the whole time.
He never fought for anything. Why will he fight for this?
Yeah.
In his life, the things that have worked out well have come to him fairly effortlessly. And the minute he had to put up a fight, he's out. Say
Or-
it, Bridge.
I'm not saying anything.
No,
I'm
you
just saying
wanna
that
say
it's an interesting idea to bring that up when he's not here.
But we offered him a seat. Don't say
No,
we're
I
not
know.
talking
But most
behind
people
his back.
would be really
Just
nervous
be
to join a podcast like
Nobody
this.
is talking behind anybody's back. He is fully
No, I know. You
welcome.
said everything about-
Yes.
Okay, if I look at the Indian dads that I know in my life, he might genuinely be the only one I've met who would be able to even start a podcast like this with his family or join a conversation like this with his family. And even though he didn't, like the fact that he does this, I will say the Indian dads I know, I can't think of a single one that would.
No, yeah.
Like, you should at least give him that. If you don't give him anything else, that's fine. I agree.
No, it's fine. I'll give him that. Like
Yeah.
he
Let's
also
give him that though.
Yeah.
Off the podcast, she said that to me multiple
Yeah,
times.
and I'm saying we should continue to give him, like,
Yeah.
that's a, you know.
But again, it's something that we built and he walks into. That's what I'm saying. It's just not fun to be with somebody who's like, well, if you make it easy, I'll walk into it.
I think it's this negativity
It's like not
that's
like
been that
it's like a fire hose of negativity and a fire hose of like, well, if it's hard, I'm out. Like I deal with hard all the time. Even him building his business, it's like a monumental amount of mental drain that I have to go through every day, reminding him that he has to fight to get business. Do you think business just comes to me? Do you think the whole of America is just waiting for an Indian immigrant mom comic who has an accent and wears weird clothes? Every day I'm out there fighting to get business. And every day I take losses on my chin and I get up the next day and I fight. And when you fight that hard to be around somebody who's just going to be like, well, if it's hard, I'm not doing it. I don't know where we go from here. But this has been our episode of a messy life situation. I honestly don't think we are the only family that are going through some version of this dynamic. That's why we filmed it. I don't think we're the only couple that are going through this. I don't think you guys are the only children who are going through these feelings. And complicated as they are, we want to put it out there so you can talk to your kids about this. Your kids can talk to each other about this. And put the feelings out in the open, because until those feelings are out in the open, there will be no resolution. I don't have a resolution. We don't have a resolution. Everything we said, we're willing to say in front of him. He comes, he goes. You're watching it all go down in real time. I don't know, 10 years from now, we might be happily married or we might be fully separated with other people. I don't know, we might all be dead. As we end every episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, so too we're going to end this episode with a round of good grades with Garg, where each Garg gives another Garg an A grade for the winning moment of the episode. So who wants to go first?
I'm giving my A grade to Veer. What he has shouldered by actually being close with Dad, as well as obviously being very close with Mom, who is our mama bear and is obsessed with all three of us, is very challenging, and he deserves his flowers for it.
I'm going to echo that, give my grade to Veer as well. I think that he's in the most complicated position out of all of us, and he's maintained his composure very, very well, even though you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Baya. I'm just gonna give it to all you guys because I feel like each of you guys have a separate reason for why I want to give it to you. I'm gonna give it to Baya and Didi because I think that they did a very good job of making sure that this was a productive conversation rather than just a stale one where we kind of repeat the same things like he's a good guy, whatever, which it can easily become. And I hope other families take that as and a role model for how it should be trying to have these difficult conversations. And for Mom, obviously, for the way that she's just, like it's tough to be in that position. And I'm sure if Dad was here, he would do his best to do the same. But it's difficult to open up about these things that like it's 30 years of history, which both of you guys aren't even 30 years old yet. So imagine your whole lifespan times 1.5, that much history to, unpack and try to make the most out of. So I'll just give it to all of you guys for those reasons.
Wow.
And I will give my A grade to all three kids because it's a complicated topic, but they bring it up all the time because they want to see me and him happy, either together or individually. And they're not afraid to tackle it. Like there's no fear. You heard in real time on camera all the things that they're thinking and saying. In fact, they encouraged me to film this episode because they think they're not the only kids feeling these things, that there are millions of other kids who have parents who are like in this in-between phase of marriage where you don't love the person, but you don't hate the person, but you build the life, but then you're scared of the future. So many complicated emotions. I'm really proud of the fact that my kids can sit there and talk to me about it and talk to us about it and put it on camera for the world to be a better place someday. So this was a slightly emotional, complicated episode. Sorry about that. We will be back there making fun of things next week as per usual. And please like, share, and subscribe this episode in particular with somebody who you think might benefit from having this conversation at all. They may be in a very loving marriage, but their kids might be dying to say something to them. The kids might be in a terrible marriage and the parents are trying to say something to them. Whatever their point of view is, please share this episode. We are so excited to be your digital family. Until we meet again, everybody say bye.
Bye.